The World Health Organization just said the United States and Europe are now the epicenters of the coronavirus pandemic. With more than 49,000 cases now in this country, only China and Italy have more. And yet this is what the president said just a short time ago.
I'd love to have it open by Easter. Okay, I would love to have it open by Easter. I will tell you that right now. I would love to have that. It's such an important day for other reasons, but I'll make it an important day for this too. I would love to have the country opened up and just raring to go by Easter.
Dr. Jorge Rodriguez is an internist and gastroenterologist, and Gloria Borger is with us. She's a CNN chief political analyst. Gloria, I'm stunned by the president saying this as the timeline. I mean, what do you think about this, especially when, I mean, let's just put it this way. Why isn't he focusing on ventilators, masks, PPE? They are facing a tsunami coming at them in New York, and he doesn't even seem to care enough to tackle that first.
Well, in fact, he decided to get into a fight with Andrew Cuomo, the governor there, about whether he could have ordered those ventilators on his own years ago or not. Look, this is a president who is clearly worried about the economy, as everybody else is, and seems to be driven by his own instinct, as we all know, because he's told us, more than the science. And in this town hall with Fox News today, what he kept on talking about, which was sort of stunning to me, was comparing this to the flu, saying this is like the flu. Thousands and thousands of people die of the flu every year. People die in car accidents, he says, but that doesn't mean that you can't drive cars. And these are both analogies that the scientists have said don't apply in this particular case. And so perhaps it's an effort to try and give Americans some kind of hope. But I think what it does is it scares people because they're confused. They're not sure who to listen to. They're not sure who's driving these decisions. And are the people with the knowledge driving these decisions? And why isn't the president talking about a way to sort of walk and chew gum at the same time and figure out a way to try and do that rather than saying, you know, this is all going to be raring to go by Easter?
Doctor, what do you think?
I think she's absolutely right. This is not about a slogan. This is not about trying to convince people to buy into this. This is about life and death. And listen, you can't make a livelihood if you are not alive. So the first thing is the health and wellness of the American people. That is our greatest resource. So therefore, everyone has to be working at their optimum, and that means that they have to be healthy. So whether you like to hear it or not, this is a wave that is here and is escalating. So we need to stop it. Once everybody's healthy, then we can have a much more robust economy. But first, we have to stop the ill at this point. I don't care how many slogans you throw at it. That is not going to change the facts.
And when you look, doctor, we've heard about ventilators that are available at certain places. We know there's hiccups. You need people to run them. It's not just anyone who can do that. But knowing that those are out there, is there any excuse to you that those are not being mobilized toward the hardest hit area right now?
No, not at all. There is no excuse. Listen, this is where the feds need to come in and be the sole dispenser of not just ventilators, but of masks and protective gear. They need to talk to the governors like Cuomo and Newsom and ask them, where does your state need it? The counties need to tell the governors need to tell the feds, in my opinion. And actually, private industry right now needs to get out of it. The federal government, in my opinion, should buy what is necessary and then give it to the states, perhaps at bare minimum, perhaps for free. At the end of the day, this is all going to be paid for by the taxpayer. And that's how it should be coming. There is no reason that this should not be dispensed immediately and as soon as possible and as soon as available.
Anyone looking at this, Gloria, goes, where the hell are the ventilators? Where are the masks? Right. Where is the federal government? Where is the president in getting those in the right? It's a simple math equation. They're here, they need to get there, and they need them now. Why is that not happening?
Well, You know, this is the question about the role of government in our lives. I mean, we heard Peter Navarro, one of the president's chief economic advisors the other day, talking about the heavy hand of government when questions were being raised about the Defense Production Act and when you could start using the Defense Production Act. And what the doctor is saying and what Governor Cuomo is saying is use the Defense Production Act now. That's what it's about. This is what government is about. If it's not about rescuing its own people from death, really, then what is it about? This is what Congress is working on now, what government can do, and hopefully Congress will get its act together and get that passed today. I mean, this is when government intervention, no matter whether you're a conservative or you're a liberal, or this is when government intervention actually makes an awful lot of sense. You know, you can argue the finer points about it at other times, but now is when it's needed.
Yeah, I mean, look at what Congress is doing. We're turning philosophy of certain lawmakers on its head. They're just way past that. Doctor, I wonder for you, you know, you're someone who's dedicated your life to taking care of the vulnerable. The sick are more vulnerable than the healthy. And so I wonder what you think when you're hearing officials, including the president, including state officials in certain places, basically saying, well, they're essentially saying that those who are vulnerable may need to be the sacrificial lambs. And I just wonder how that strikes you when you're dedicated to making sure that they survive.
It's both frightening and disgusting, to be quite honest. And the source of this is that most people that say that think that it does not apply to them. And this is where, you know, I used to joke that say that people didn't want health care for everybody until the day that they realized that their waiter's cough could kill them. Well, we're at that point. And no life is worth less than any other life. Today, we really do need to be pro-life, and we need to be pro-life for everybody. Because like Gloria was saying, this is tantamount to being at war. If there was something attacking the United States that was going to kill 3 million people, which this might, we would certainly enforce all these acts, and we would move swiftly. This is not theoretical. We really are at the beginning of that point. And this is antithetical to everything that a doctor is supposed to do. And I think this is antithetical to most everything that everybody in this country believes in. And that is the value of every life.
You know,
we are all linked, and we're going to have to leave it at there. And yeah, sorry, Gloria, real quick.
Okay. No, I was going to say, Brianna, this is not to say that people should not be working on a way to try and reopen business piece by piece at the same time, right? But
that's right.
You can't say it's an either-or situation.
It isn't. It isn't. Number one, lives, and then you can do the other jobs as well. Walk and chew gum at the same time. Gloria Borger, Dr. Rodriguez, thank you so much.